welcome to my channel. My name is Virginia and my channel is Crafty with V. Today, as you can see, we are in my greenhouse and these plants behind me are all the plants I started in my arrow garden. I started them about a little under 2 months ago, and you can see that the corn is almost my height, so it's about 5 feet tall, and we're in May. So they say that the corn by 4th of July should be about knee high is about the correct height. So I'm way ahead on my corn, but it is beyond ready to transplant. My tomatoes is pretty much a jungle back here, and they are all in small pots, except in the background I've got a raised bed that I showed you guys in my other video. So there's a raised bed back there that some of them are directly planted in that, but most of them are in pots. And in my greenhouse, it's over 80 degrees today, so it's too much watering, too much maintenance, and it's not freezing at nights. We're getting about temperatures high in the 40s, so it's definitely time to transplant everything. The first thing I'm going to do is I need to get my soaker hose set up. The previous years, I usually plant my plants and then I work the soaker hose around it. But this time I'm going to try something different. I'm actually going to prep the soaker hose first, and then I will put my plants around the soaker hose. So I'm going to be transplanting a combination of corn, tomatoes, I've got some pumpkins, cucumbers, and I have 1 eggplant. So everything else is going to stay in the greenhouse. My bell peppers and most of my herbs are going to stay in here. My citrus plants are staying, my avocado plants are staying. Everything else is pretty much going to stay except what you see behind me, and then my zucchini, pumpkins, and cucumbers are behind me, guys. So I'm gonna get all that transplanted today. It's gonna be a lot of work, but I love working in the sun. It's just my favorite, and gardening. So sunshine and gardening puts a smile on my face. So I need a total of 3 to 4 soaker hoses, and what I do in the fall, late fall, when it starts to rain, I start bringing in my soaker hose, and to make my life easier, I use zip ties to store them. So I will put them in sections and zip tie them so it's easier to grab and easier to store. So I'm going to be using 3 to 4. I'll find out, some of them are longer lengths than others, so I'll find out exactly how many I need. I might just need 3. Some are 25 footers, some are 50 feet. Soaker hoses last a few years if you take care of them like I do. They tend to leak, like if you see a bend like this is where you'll see a little bit of leakage. So that's usually the first areas to go when they get ruined. But so far mine's been hanging in there, and it's lasted me about, this is going to be my 4th year with these soaker hoses, so I'm really happy. Definitely got my money's out of them. So the first thing I did is I've got my hose here, so this is where I'm going to start my first soaker hose. I've already got this side connected, so I'm going to cut this off and I'm going to start unraveling it and starting in this bed. This bed's going to be corn. I did tomatoes last year, and they say to rotate your crops from raised garden beds. That way you don't get an infestation of insects, because they'll go dormant in your bed and then they'll wake up expecting to find that plant that because some insects specifically only live off of specific plants. Make sure you alternate your crops for the insect issue, but also for the nutrition issue. They all require different nutrition levels, so that's another reason to alternate and rotate your crops. So this one was tomatoes, so tomatoes use different nutrition than other plants. So this year I'll put the corn here, and then I'll do tomatoes in a different bed where I grew peas last year, and I'll just kind of alternate it like that. So it serves for 2 really good purposes. And let me know if there's other reasons to alternate your crops. These last year, I bought these online, and this is what they're U-shaped hooks, and they work really well for keeping the soaker hose down, and I'll show you how I use that. My soaker hose is going to run through the base of this tree, and that's fine because this tree needs water, so this works out really good. So the tree will also have a soaker hose up its base. This is a weeping cherry, So I'm gonna put the soaker hose in here as well.
A pair of jeans, a shirt or two. We didn't pack as if we weren't going back. It doesn't matter if it's true. I've got a feeling love will give us what we lack. The world is waiting up. The world is waiting half a step beyond our door. Yeah. And if it's not enough, I wanna see the stuff the world has got in store. I wanna take it all in, I'm falling. The cityscape by night, wanna catch in my photos. Where you go, every corner twice as bright. They'll be my treasures forever. When I can't hold you tight, I'll see the Stockholm lights. The Stockholm lights, the Stockholm lights.
Next, I'm going to test my soaker hose and make sure that everything is running properly and there's no burst or holes anywhere that happened over the winter. So cross our fingers. This is where you find out. Everything is working properly. This is my shade garden. Gets a little bit of sun, but it's mainly shade. Keep all my kale, celery, broccoli. That's my big old Utah celery. Then I've got some cilantro and then a bunch of elephant ears, a little bit of onions, chives, and then this is all elephant ears. What I do is I put the tallest corn in the back and then the shorter corn in the front. And you guys probably already know this, but it's so that the tall ones don't shade out the shorter plants, so the shorter plants will still get sun. Tall guys in the back. Got some more right here. And then I'll put like a shorter crop in the front. This last year, I used this for tomatoes. Alright guys, I'm going to start planting the tomatoes first because they're very top heavy. And you can see some of them tipped over. Got some support systems here on the side, and I will show you, I'll just fast forward it, but I'll show you the process of burying them and putting the support systems on them. So I'm going to be using 2 support systems. First I'm going to use my easier ones, which are the metal stakes, which is this one. And then I'll also, if I need it, I'll bring out the plastic stakes that got the little connectors and dividers. So I read that cucumbers and squash can go good with corn. The corn gets tall and provides shade, but also support for those viney plants. In the corn garden, I've got cucumbers mixed inside in between. Alright guys, I'm all wrapped up. I'm not gonna lie, I'm extremely tired, sweaty, in need of a shower, and I'm hangry. I've been out here practically all day doing this project, but I think everything turned out really nice. I don't have to transplant anything else. That's all. My gardens are all done now. Now I just tend to my greenhouse. I got the soaker hoses on these guys so I don't have to water them. I'll pick the tomato leaves here and there, but pretty much this is just ready to go until harvest time. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what time of the year you transplant your plants. Let me know what you grew or what you're growing in your raised garden beds. I'd love to know. Gardening is one of my favorite hobby. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.